Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. It is still Tuesday. It is October 6th, 2020. And first of all, I just got to look at that tree. That is absolutely beautiful. It really, really is. I hope anybody that watched my earlier video, I hope you enjoyed going on the ride with us and seeing the beauty and seeing what my New York looks like. You know, when people say, oh my God, I can't believe you live in New York. How could you live there? That's how. We live out in the country. It's a beautiful area, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And so anyway, all right, I want to talk in this video really quickly, threat or an asset, okay? Threats and assets. Let's talk about that for a moment. Right there, as you can see behind the chicken coop, is my neighbor's house. Are they a threat or are they an asset in an S.H.T.F situation? Worst case scenario happens. We're going to go with the worst case scenario. The power grid is down. It's not coming back up. What are you going to do? Okay. Are your neighbors? We'll kick her here so you can see what's going on. You're through. You're through. Good job.
Thank you.
So are your neighbors going to be a threat or are they going to be an asset? All right, what I want you to think about, okay, and again, like I said, we're talking about worst case scenario here, okay? So S.H.T.F has happened. Let's say it's a grid down situation. You know, you're going to have, and I've talked about this many times, okay? Actually, okay, there we go. There was some dust or something on there. Are your neighbors, are your friends, people, acquaintances, co-workers, family relatives, distant relatives, are they going to be a threat or an asset? So we have to think about these things, okay? And I've talked about this a lot of times, but I really wanted to get in depth with this today. What you need to think about, I prep for more than just me and my immediate family. I have done that since I started prepping. I prep for the unforeseen and stuff like that. So one of the things that, and I've talked about this as well, if somebody comes to you, and I want you guys to think about this, and they know you're a prepper, let's say they know you're a prepper, you know, you have a homestead, like I have a homestead here, okay? So all of a sudden they come, and they're like, you know, we need help. So you have to make a decision at that point. Do you help them or do you not help them? All right? Are you going to turn every single person away? Are you going to say to everybody, you know, nope, I'm not helping anybody? And because at some point, somebody's going to say, no, we're not leaving, we're coming in. Are you ready to deal with that situation? It's a relative. And they said, no, we're not leaving, we're coming in. Okay? What do you do? How do you handle that? Are you prepared to do what is necessary at that point? Now, an option, okay, so you can gauge the seriousness of the people, gauge the character of the people. Around a homestead, there is always something else that needs to be done. Always. You know, if you guys have watched my channel for any length of time, you have seen we are always doing something, and there's always something else to do, okay? S.H.T.F situation, there's going to be a tremendous amount of work that has to be done. So you say to that person, let's say there's a family, a husband, wife, and a couple of kids, and you say, okay, well, here's the deal. You're going to need to prove your worth, number one, before we help you at all. You know, if you are going to stay here, and that has not yet to be determined, okay, you have to make sure you're making that clear. I have work that needs to be done. I will put you to that task. If you do that task, then we're going to feed you. And then you need to make it very, very clear, you know, that work's got to get done before anybody gets any kind of food. The second thing you got to make clear is they need to understand whoever comes to you, okay, and looking for that help, they need to understand they need to follow the rules. Now, who determines those rules? Obviously, somebody has to be in charge of any type of a situation. Somebody has to be, okay? And and you can have okay, so a good example. We got Greg here, okay? Greg lives behind me, okay? Greg also preps. Greg also has a tremendous amount of stuff up there. He's got a great skill. We met, early on when I got here, and we've become friends. And we have agreed long ago that we're going to work together in an S.H.T.F situation. As far as I'm concerned, Greg and I are on the same footing. They prep, I prep. He has extended family that will come to him, guaranteed. And again, hard decisions are going to have to be made. You have to decide, who am I going to help, who am I not going to help, okay? But if you get people that come up there and think that they're going to sit back in a lawn chair and just chill out and eat your food and not be an asset, okay, then you have to really look at that and say, is this person going to be worthwhile having here? I'm going to tell you right now, safety in numbers. Talked about this many, many times. If I can have my neighbor over here be an asset to me and not a threat, now I have a buffer, okay? Because now, if anybody's coming to cause harm, they got to go through that property first, because we are now working together. There's another house over here where Richard lives. Again, in my opinion, another asset. Because again, it's another buffer that way. If somebody's coming this way, we're going to be working together, all right? That's important. Forging those relationships, realizing that people can be assets and not threats, okay? So you have to make that determination. Now, I know some of you out there are going to say, nope, I'm doing the lone wolf prepper thing. I'm not helping anybody. I'm only helping myself and my wife and kids. That's your call. You can do it any way that you want to do it. You have to make that decision of what you're going to do. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you think that you're going to be able to lone wolf it in a worst case scenario without extra hands, without extra help, you're going to be sadly mistaken when the outcome of your adventure doesn't turn out so well. The more people that you can have in your group, yes, it is going to be eating more of the resources that you have. But the more people you have, the more hands makes lighter work. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that saying. More hands make light work. Working together in any kind of, whatever needs to be done, collecting wood, that's going to be a huge thing. You're going to have, especially if a grid down situation, the way you're going to cook your food, the way you're going to keep your places warm or whatever, it's all going to be wood. So you need to be ready to say, okay, well, we need to process as much wood as we possibly can. That is something that's absolutely another thing that has to be done. So people need to think about those things, and people don't think about those things. But again, you have to look at the big picture. What is your best chances for survival in a worst case scenario after an S.H.T.F event, especially if you are a prepper? You got to remember, your friends probably know you're a prepper. All right, you probably have talked with them about it. Your family knows that you're a prepper because they've been skeptical and talked all kinds of crap throughout the years, right? All these things are going to go into consideration. Like myself being a YouTuber, I put myself out there. People know that I'm a prepper. Anybody that doesn't like me, trust me, they know where I live. They know where I'm at. I also have people that I know that know where I live, okay? And there's several of these people that know where I live that we have talked, and I said, something goes down, you get here and you're going to be safe, because they are an asset. They are not a liability. They are not a threat. So, we would be working together. In a post-event, you're going to have to group up. It is the only way, long-term, that you are going to survive. Because you know what? You're going to get sick. There's going to be mechanical injuries. There's going to be death that has to be dealt with. There's all kinds of things, and if you think you can do it all by yourself, let's say you're as a lone wolf, it's you, your wife, and your kids, and you're the big macho tough guy, and you got it all figured out and stuff like that. You get sick and die, okay? Who takes care of your wife and kids then? Who do they turn to? Because you were Mr. Lone Wolf, and you weren't going to have anybody help you, and you were going to do it all, and now you're gone. What happens to your wife and kids then? That's something else people need to take into consideration. That is why having a group of people, having people that you're willing to work with, that you can get along with, and I think it's important. I really think it's important. I've stressed it many, many times in my chats with you guys, and I really think that people need to take that into consideration, okay? So how do you meet like-minded people? I mean, how do you do it, right? Well, one of the ways, we have it on my website at preppernurse1.com. We have the Prepper Nurse One community. So whatever state you're in or country you're in, it's a good resource, the Prepper Nurse One community at preppernurse1.com. You can go there, you can connect with like-minded people. You do have to register, but it is totally free. No credit card information is asked or anything like that. You go there, you can talk with people, you can look at the message boards if you're looking to try to connect with people in your state, even if it's just a loose affiliation. There's other groups in the area like Patty and John, okay, for me. I met them through the channel. They have an extended family and they're all right there together. But we've also talked that if in an S.H.T.F situation, they would be people that I would absolutely be willing to work with. They're absolutely fantastic people. I love those guys, I'll be honest with you. They're awesome, okay? They got a really nice family. I've met a bunch of their kids and the grandkids, and they're just good people, okay? But again, those are people that you forge those relationships with, and you realize, okay, in that situation, maybe they have something that I might need, and I may have something that they might need. We can be able to do that barter and not worrying about getting shot or getting killed or having somebody rob us. Those are part of those alliances that you form, okay? So, but again, go to my website, preppernurse1.com. We have the Prepper Nurse One community there. It is a great resource for you guys to connect with other like-minded people. So please take advantage of that. Also on my website, we have the jdega.com, which is the CBD and hemp store. It's a good resource to have as far as in a post-event especially. You can use CBD products for your animals. If your animals are in pain or having problems, it's a good thing for them as well, along with humans as well, having the CBD and hemp products. So there's a lot of good uses for that. If you go to their website, which the link is in the description below, and also it will be on my website, preppernurse1.com, you'll see it go by, and if you click on it, it will take you to their website. If you decide to make a purchase there, to save yourself 15% off your purchase, when you're checking out, make sure you use the discount code PrepperNurse1, and it's the number 1, not O-N-E, okay? Take advantage of that, save yourself 15%. CBD products are a great thing to have, especially in a post-event, okay? So definitely take advantage of that. Also on my website, we have the Legacy freeze-dried food as well. I think freeze-dried food is an important thing to have in your long-term food storage because it's great. It's a 25-year shelf life. You can buy it, you can set it, cool, dark place, not worry about it, forget about it. It's there when it's there when you need it. And that's a nice thing to have. You just got to have the hot water, and you can have a nice meal in a post-event without having to do a whole lot of preparation and cooking of other stuff ahead of time. So it's a really good way to have things. So that is there, again, on my website, preppernurse1.com. You would click on store, drops down, it'll say Legacy Foods. They're there, take advantage of that as well. But again, there is so many things to think about in a post-event. What are you going to do? How are you going to survive it? What is your game plan? Again, how are you going to repel people that say, no, we're coming in, if you don't want them to come in? I mean, we all have relatives that we go, yeah, no, I'm not helping that relative, all right? They may show up at your door. They may show up at your door. Now, you're going to either be hardline or, and if they say, no, we're coming in anyway, what are you going to do about that? So you need to be mentally, again, prepared to do what is necessary to protect your assets, your group. But again, if you can make people allies, if you can make those people an asset, again, we all have relatives that there's no way we're helping them. No way. I have relatives that I'm telling you right now, there's no way I'm helping them. No way. Okay? But then there's other relatives that if they come here, as long as they're putting in the effort and they're helping with projects. And see, here's the thing that I think people misunderstand with a lot of things. When that time comes, I'm not going to sit back in a lawn chair and be like the dictator and go, you do this and you do that, you do this. No, we need to do this. We need to do that. Okay? You delegate assignments, people get to it, everybody works, or you don't eat. That's how it's going to be in a post-event. Everybody works together, from guard duty to collecting wood to digging latrines to building fortifications, whatever the case may be, gardening. Everybody has a place. Everybody has a place. And remember, guys, the children are the future in this post-event world. So if the more you can protect them and keep them safe and keep things as normal as you possibly can for them, the better off you're going to be. So I want to definitely hear your guys' feedback on this topic. I'm going to take you over here real quick and show you what Greg is working on. So again, I want to hear your feedback. Please like, comment, and share. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon also to get all notifications. So Greg has started putting up the skirting. Okay, so he's got a couple pieces here, and he is now working on this area here, getting this in. And so we're going to get this is all going to be skirted in. And then what we'll do in the spring, we're going to be painting or staining all these. This will get stained. That's going to get painted or stained as well. And so having a winter for the seasoning of it is going to be a good thing. But so yeah, that's what's happening here today. But so they're going to get this skirted in, which is going to be fantastic, and it's going to be an asset for them. So that's what happened. That's what's happening here at the homestead. And so I'm going to jump off of here for now because this video is getting very long. Remember, guys, we are all in this together. That is important to remember. We are one race called the human race, and as soon as we can realize that and focus on that and not on the negativity, we're going to be a lot better off. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important to tell the people that you care about every single day how you feel. Also remember, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Step, thing, and day. Whatever you are trying to do, whatever you are trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only person that can stop you from reaching those goals is you. Nobody else can stop you. If you stay positive, stay away from the negativity, you're going to be just fine. Work at things methodically, and they get done. They happen, okay? I will talk to you all later. Have a great day. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.